Welcome back to Tommy Big Time. Wrist check 13021 on the wrist. That's a black and blue Grand Octane. And then this one I'm opening up here is a blue label Grand Octane Coalition Forces. Beautiful watch. Shout out to Fat Cat. He had it on his channel. He just got this piece. And when I saw it on his video, I was like, oh man, I have to have that watch. And now I do. So like I said, this is a blue label Coalition Forces. This is model number 27741. That's a Swiss Ronda Z60. High polished blue. The whole watch is high polished. Then it's got that blue dial with all the gold accents. And it's got the black lugs with the gold centers. And of course it's got that Coalition Forces Grand Octane T in the center of the dial with the day, the seconds, and the minutes. And then it's got the date between the 4, or like right at the 4. So I'm gonna size this one. And I don't know how bored you are seeing me size watches yet, but somebody new to the channel might want to be looking for a sizing video, and here I am sizing a watch, and it works out. And if you're curious, I've got playlists I've created on my channel. So I've got how to fix your own watches, how to change batteries, how to size your watch. And so as I create content, whatever that matches up to, I'll put in that category. So if you're looking for battery change, you can go to that playlist and look up what battery changes I've done and see if one of the battery changes I've done is going to work for what you need, or just to see numerous battery changes and watch the whole playlist. Same thing with sizing. I have a Women's Angel watch on there. I have a Pro Diver. I've got a whole buttload of Grand Octane sizing on there. But yeah, check out the playlist to if you're looking for something specific. I have a Grand Octanes also on there because of course that's what I love. So that's like my number one watch that I'm sizing and working on or reviewing. And then I'll put one together for George's watches. I'll put one together for Sea Hunters because I think I've already done like 13 of George's watches reviews, and I'm sure I got more coming. He's got a nice collection. But so here from Brian Dugan, who has recommended this punch tool here, and I'm not going to bash it, but I did not like it for myself for the Grand Octane. I'm going to try it on a rolled pin bracelet and see how that works out, because those are a lot easier to knock out. But for this blue label, I don't know if it's the ion plating that was done on it, or some are just a little tighter than others. But as you can see, I just moved the whole table when I pulled that pin out. The pins were in there good, so I had to hit it with this little spring-loaded punch there with the yellow top numerous times to get the pin to lower down enough. And then you'll see here when I do the other side of the bracelet, I ended up getting out my punch and hammer and knocking the pin out even further because I wasn't able to get a good grip on the short amount that I pushed the pin out. So now I'm grabbing my punch and hammer, I think, right now. Yep. And I'm like an old dog. It's hard to teach me new tricks. So this is what I've been using since day one, since I started. I bought the punch and the hammer, and I bought what would you even call that? It's one where you put the bracelet in like a little press and then you twist the tool and it's supposed to push the pin out. Well, the pin and sleeve just snapped, so that little tool didn't work for anything. But the punch and hammer have done me well. I think I've only broke like 2 punches and I've sized maybe 80 watches. I only have, I think, 60 watches in my collection, but in the last 2-3 years, I've traded numerous watches. So they come and go, so I'm constantly sizing watches. Excuse me. So see, I'm here and I'm compressing the tool over and over and over, trying to get the pin out. And it's moving, it's just not to my liking. It's not moving fast enough. It is a nice tool though. A lot more simple. You're able to hold the watch if I wasn't using both hands. And use a punch at the same time instead of having both hands busy like I am here with the punch and hammer. And once I get comfortable with it, I'll use it more. But for now, I stick with what I know, like always. So I think I've mentioned this before, but I always take, on the Grand Octanes, it's always 3 links. I take one out of the 6 o'clock side. That's the side that gets the photo ops. And I want that side to be more bracelet. And then I take 2 out of the 12 o'clock side, because that's the side that faces away from me, and I don't really care what that side looks like as much. So that's what I'm doing here. I already moved the 1 link from the 6 o'clock side, and now I'm moving the 2 links from the 12 o'clock side, and there they are on the table. So right there, what I did is I put the sleeve back in. Very important that you don't lose that part, because your bracelet will not stay together. So when you take the pin out of this bracelet, it's a pin and sleeve, so it's got a sleeve that it goes into that expands and holds it in place. And without that sleeve, that pin will just fall right through the other side, and your bracelet will not stay on your wrist. Now here I try to use this tool to push the pin through just a little bit more to get it kind of dead center. And I actually got a little carried away with it and pushed it back through too far, and I had to flip the watch back over and hammer it back the other way. Let's see here. Oh crap, I pushed it too far. So now I'm just getting the pin back centered. Wrist shot. Look at that watch, isn't it just beautiful? I love this piece. I've got the black label, blue and or black and red, with the red candy apple dial, and now I've got the blue label. And now I just see on eBay they put the Arctic out. The Arctic is nice, but way out of my price range. So I hope you enjoy the pictures and enjoy this watch. I love this watch. Don't forget about the Venom giveaway, 1,001 subscribers. Have a great day, and as always, God bless.